And I'm also struggling with CP3 because I know his stats are going to say one thing, in 10 points, 12 assists. Yes, that's good. But for this team at this moment and at this time, you do need a little bit more scoring from him because of what you're losing on that bench. And there's stretches where CP3 is playing with the bench, and his role is not to defer to Damian Lee in the corner for threes, right? It's gonna have to be a little bit more dynamic, and I'm sure he's gonna find it at some point. At least I hope. My eyes are telling me that CP3 looks a step slower. He doesn't look as last year. There was a little difference. Like he was just playing. He was playing. He looked like he was really methodically going through the motions and getting everybody involved. This year, to me, visually, he looks like he's a bit slower. He doesn't really have the explosion to go to the basket as much.
He had 2 layups tonight.
Yeah, this is
I don't know about
two
that.
this is on Chris
Like that was
Paul.
more than he had.
10
for,
points,
the first
12
10
rebounds,
games.
5 steals, 12 assists, 5 steals, 4 rebounds. This isn't on Chris Paul tonight.
I'm not saying it's on Chris
Also,
Paul.
like-
I said that I'm a little conflicted with Chris Paul because he has 10 points and 12 assists, but again, he just doesn't look like he's as much of a scoring threat out there as you might need him to be at times.
I agree with that, but I think it might be by design because we talked about this before the show as far as like approaching the season by quarters and trying to get other guys involved. I think that's what the focus is right now. You look at Mikal Bridges and Cam bringing the ball up more. You look at DA, he had 22 field goal attempts, which was 1 less than Booker. I think it's a concerted effort to get other guys involved. I do worry about he's not maybe creating as much separation on the midi as we've seen. He got blocked in the first quarter, I think it was, by Jeremy Grant on that midi that he normally can create separation on. That would be my concern, but I mean 10, 12, 5, and 4
to
is
be
not
clear, I'm not talking
bad.
about the whole game, the game as a whole, right? Chris Paul, by and large, has made a lot of his money and a lot of his reputation here in Phoenix in the last 5 minutes of the game and in overtime tonight. Tonight, he didn't really look like he was much of a threat offensively. And then he had a crucial turnover.
That was bad.
Which was a really bad one for somebody of his ilk,
right?
At an inopportune time. And I felt like that was kind of what got the Blazers going. So
But we did say in the offseason, we need Chris Paul to take a step back and we need the younger guys to take a step forward, and that we were willing to take some L's in that interim time where they were working out the kinks.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but I meant
this is that time.
But I
now.
meant in reference to him cutting back his minutes, not at the end of the games, just being whatever out there.
I will give you the end of the game overtime. That's where you would hope if this is the same Chris Paul, he'd be able to step in and take over a little bit. We saw a little bit of it tonight. He didn't do it in the way we've come to expect, but you and I have also been the guy pounding the drum that DA should be getting more shots. That happened tonight. He had only 1 fewer than Devin Booker, and he performed well. So there's some give and take there.